Welcome to my channel, Insight Media Beacon. My channel's insight and commentary are just that, insight and commentary. This PBS News clip is telling you what is really going on. Make no mistake, the Trump Musk administration is only out for themselves.
This subcommittee is supposedly about looking into waste, fraud, and abuse. So I'd like to start talking about independent inspector general.
I now recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Kassar.
Mr. Talcove, do you know how many inspector generals at agencies that were investigating Elon Musk's companies have been fired by the Trump Musk administration?
No.
It is 5. Ms. Royal, the inspector general of the Department of Labor had 17 open investigations into Tesla and SpaceX. Do you know what the Trump Musk administration did to that inspector general?
No.
They fired him, and I think y'all know. Mr. Whitson, the inspector general of the Department of Transportation, was investigating Tesla. Do you know what the Trump Musk administration did to that inspector general?
No.
They were fired. The Department of Defense's inspector general was looking into SpaceX. Mr. Hedler, do you know what the Trump Musk administration did to that inspector general?
I believe he was fired.
Thank you. I think everybody on the panel knows what the answer to these questions were. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Inspector General was investigating Musk's Neuralink. Mr. Talcove, now I'll ask you again under oath, do you know what Mr. Trump did to that Inspector General that was looking into one of Musk's companies?
No.
He was fired. The Inspector General at the EPA was repeatedly taking on Tesla. Mr. Hedler, since it seems that you're answering the questions that everyone knows the answer to, do you know what the Trump Musk administration did to that Inspector General?
I believe he was also fired.
Also fired. At least 5 inspector generals that were looking into Elon Musk's companies were fired by the Trump Musk administration. These inspector generals, who are independent, protected by law, they are the people that find the waste, fraud, and abuse and found many of the cases of waste, fraud, and abuse that have been brought up today, fired because they were looking into Elon Musk.
Subcommittees are designed to look into waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption. However, when you have the powers that be, the Republicans, firing and removing the people taking on the role of inspecting these things, what do you think is going to happen? Let me answer that for you. Continued waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption on a whole new level like you've never seen before. That last part is what the president would have added.
They are trying to shut down the Department of Education, the Department of Labor. You know what Elon Musk doesn't seem to be looking into? His own contracts. Again, I'll ask you, Mr. Talcove, do you know how much money a day Mr. Musk will receive from the federal government for his contracts?
No.
The answer is $8 million a day. Just last year, Elon Musk was promised $3 billion from close to 100 contracts with the federal government.
If you stop, look, listen, and think, you will see that none of Elon Musk companies or contracts with the federal government have been gutted or dissolved. 1. Ask yourself and think, why do we need SpaceX when we have NASA? 2. Ask yourself where the money is going. 3. Ask yourself who is in power and why SpaceX has not been gutted or dissolved. 4. Ask yourself why inspector generals are being fired. Just a little insight to get you thinking.
So let me be clear. When Republicans talk about government efficiency in this Congress, they're not looking into billionaires who don't pay their taxes. They're not looking into billionaires who get rich off of government contracts. They're not looking into Elon Musk firing watchdogs who are supposed to keep him accountable. They're looking at cutting your public schools. They're going straight for your Social Security. They're coming straight for cancer research. They're coming straight for the Department of Education. They're not looking at big tech. They're not looking at big pharma because those people fund their campaigns. If this committee were serious about rooting out waste from our federal government, then today's whole hearing would be about how Musk and Donald Trump are firing the independent watchdogs who've done this work
Ask yourself
for decades.
who will gain the most from what the Trump Musk administration is doing. Then follow the money. Thank you for watching Insight Media Beacon, and please subscribe.